Hello everybody, Jeff Frutman here from Pottery Forms, introducing you to the WA2. We're going to quick do a little demo here on how to use the new WA2 system. WA2 system has a bunch of two parts. One is the two pinned key, but let me just show you how it works. It also comes with these new RD2 Forms, 9 inches and 12 inches are going to be the forms that we have available here at the beginning. And hopefully we'll see how it all works for everybody, and if it works well, we'll add some more sizes as we go. So I have pre-prepped the slab. I'm going to make the 9-inch RD2 9. And what I can do is I can take my key here, enter it in the pins into the two holes, and then the two holes will then help it to fit into the key and lock itself in place. It still has a little bit of movement, but because of the little bit of difference, but for the most part this is locked in place. It can't move. Take this slab here, drape it over top of the form. Now all we can do is make the plate. So basically, nice smooth transition on the form. It helps us nice and smooth compress the clay there. This has that 2-inch transition here, so it's not just a rounded corner on the edge, it's a nice smooth transition, which helps us to make that form go all the way up to the edge and gives us lots of options of where to cut the form. Now I'm going to use my Mud Tools rib to compress the slab. And this system works by itself manually as well. The wheel is an additional option, but it works out really well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a foot ring. I can now remove this extra clay. And now I can really have this choice of leaving, where the cut wants to be. And I want to make it consistent every time. So what I'm going to do for these particular plates, I am going to cut on the wood, just to show you. And so what I'm going to do is hold my tool on a slight angle and let that knife gently enter the clay until I can feel it touching the form. You don't really need to press really super hard. Just let that tool do the work for you. As you can see, there's a little 1/4-inch gap here. So another nice option with this form is that I can now take my rib here, or sponge, depending on what clay you're using, and help it to kind of just compress the edge a little bit, thin it out maybe just slightly if necessary. Got a little bit off, thinned it out a little unevenly, we can take our knife and re-trim up that edge. Now take our sponge, in this case, just kind of soften up that edge a little bit. Alright, so for a foot, to make a foot and make a consistent foot, I like to make my foot right on that edge of the transition. I know it's a 2-inch transition over here and a 2-inch over here, that gives me 4 inches, minus the 9 inches for the form size, that gives me 5 inches left. So I want to make a 5-inch diameter foot. For me to use this saw tool to do that, I need to just multiply by 0.5, which is half of 5, right? So that would give me 2.5. And so now I can draw that diameter of where that foot's going to be on here by just letting the dowel rest on the center of the plate. That helps me to develop this 5-inch diameter foot. Now I can take my little strip of clay, let it overlap, cut down through, and now I can wet my sponge so it's not dripping wet. And I can wet the strip of clay. So, and then I can gently push with one finger to kind of get that strip of clay in place. Once it's in place, I can now press down with my sponge. Another finger. I can shape the outside with my other finger here as my other finger glides along in support. And now I can just kind of use the sponge to kind of soften and clean up that nice foot. Then what I can do is take my little rib, clean up, transition between the foot and the body of the plate, and the same thing on the outside. Now I'm finished. I can stamp the bottom here, and voila, WA2! We have our plate. One thing again with WA2 is we can still push them underneath. The great thing with this system is the majority of the lip is already incorporated into the form, so I can remove this key and make a next one, and I don't really need to keep that spacer with it because the lip is already incorporated onto the form. I hope this makes sense. I hope if you have questions, please reach out, and we will be making videos and doing lives in person and online to answer your questions. And thank you so much for your attention and for being here. Bye now.